going to be showing you how I organize my garden soils and my amendments. Because if you're anything like me, garden soils and all the gardening supplies can get messy very quickly. And sometimes people don't even know that there can be organization in the garden setting. So if this is something that you're interested in, let's get right into this video. The other day I came out here and I was just in the mood for some spring cleaning, some spring reset, especially in my patio area. So I came out here and I basically reorganized my patio. So let me let you guys see what I have going on. It doesn't look like much yet because I'm still working on everything, but if you're new here, this is my patio area. Let me back up so you can see the whole view. So let me explain a little bit better of what I'm trying to accomplish here. In this garden space this season, I wanted to have a space that's dedicated to just relaxing and enjoying the garden. I wanted a space that was dedicated to working in the garden, like potting up plants, making soil, and all of those things. So my little area over there is for me to enjoy the garden, enjoy my coffee, enjoy lunch in the garden, stuff that I harvest and just want to eat really quickly. I'll enjoy it there. In here, I call this long desk my garden desk. I made it a few years ago and it just works. I love the size of it. So I just made me a little office area outdoors in my garden. I love it so much. So back here, I'm going to put my soils and amendments along here. And then I'm gonna have another container where I can store pots and things like that that has really no home right now that I need a home for. So it's gonna go right back behind me. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. Let's get into how I actually am going to be organizing my soils and my amendments. And this is the best part. This feels so like legit. Like I feel like I'm in an office outside. This is cool. So how I like to organize my amendments, like fertilizers and worm castings and just those type of things, I like to put them in these containers. And I got these containers from Dollar Tree. So these were $1 and I grabbed 4 of them. I haven't bought any this year. These are from last year. So I'm gonna probably buy a couple more because I have some more things that I would like to store like this. So I have 4 of these and I do have some Miracle-Gro in this one. I use the Miracle-Gro for my flowers. So this one is already full and ready to go. This is from last season. And I like these. These are great because they, for the most part, keep your amendments dry. Now, these will get wet if you like leave them out in the rain and stuff. They can get moist inside, but I try my best to keep these from underneath the rain. So I keep them under this patio and that works good. So I take my container, make sure that your container is completely dry before you put any amendments inside because they can mold if it's moist. So just try to make sure they're dry and clean before you start filling them with anything. So the weather is great. Where are we at? We're like at 73 right now. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of me. Y'all gonna be sick of me because I'm finna be outside, okay? Let's get to it. So I have my container. Make sure my lid is nice and dry as well. And we'll start with this fertilizer. So I got my fertilizer, I got my container, Espoma Organics. So what I did last year, just so that I knew what was in the container and I didn't want to write on these or anything, was I just took the scissors and cut off the brand and I cut off the instructions on how much I need. And I just put it inside of the container with the fertilizer. And that's how you can do it so that you know what each product is without having to write on anything or anything like that. Just gonna pour all of this in here. Oh my gosh. Do not do this in the house. Okay, so we've got our fertilizer in there. Try not to breathe that stuff in. If you want to wear a mask, definitely do so. I don't remember it being that potent. And then I'll just go ahead and put a scooper inside, just so that when I grab for the container, the scooper's already in there with the amount of fertilizer that I usually like to use. This is just half a cup. So like if I'm planting tomatoes or something, about this much will do in a planting hole, and I don't have to worry about, you know, anything. So just dig that down in there and twist the cap on. And that's how I like to do it. Ooh, this feels so good. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. The next thing that I wanted to put in one of these is perlite, because I do use a lot of perlite and I just kind of like to pour it. Sometimes I measure, but kind of like to pour it and eyeball it. So I think this would be perfect for that. And then just the aesthetics. I'm going for a more rustic feel this year. So I think this would be aesthetically pleasing for my garden experience. All right. Where's our perlite? And I'm done with this coffee. Okay, let's pour our perlite in. Okay, and they don't have to be all the way full. You can fill them up as you go. I do have another bag of perlite, but it's not open, so I'm not gonna open it up yet. Put the cap on. I know what perlite is, and I don't really need a measuring scoop for this, so we'll put that to the side. And the last one that I wanted to fill is worm castings. Worm castings is a good one to keep in a container like this, just so that you can get it as you need it and put it around your little plants. Make sure it's nice and dry. I love stuff like this, like organizing and getting my life together and resetting. It's one of my favorite things. So worm castings. Here we are. I don't know how much will fit in here, but we'll see. Oh. All right, and I had a cup in there, so we'll put that to the side, or no, that's too big. Okay, so for this, I could actually just sprinkle it if I wanted to, but we'll put a scoop in here just in case. And that's my last container. I need to go and get some more from the Dollar Tree. So I'll do that another time. I don't really have any other amendments that I want to put in any containers yet. So then you can go ahead and just throw away these bags. Be right back. Okay, so we got our fertilizers in their containers. I'm gonna go ahead and do the big daddy. Let me show you what that is. We're gonna tackle this peat moss. I use a ton of peat moss in my garden, and so I need a big container to store it because I use it pretty often. I use a lot of containers in my garden, so I'm always making my own potting mix or something. So peat moss is a staple. So for storing the peat moss, I have a tote here. I don't know how many gallons this is. I'm gonna have to look that up for you. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, I'm gonna use this huge tote for my peat moss and it'll just be ready to go. It'll keep it nice and dry and I can just use it as I need to. And the reason that I wanna put the peat moss in a tote is because I have an issue of ants getting into this. I think they like it because it's dry. They like to crawl in there and make their nest and I don't have time for that. Okay, so we're gonna put it in a container to where they can't just crawl into the bag and make a home. So let's do it. Perfect little area, so that's where it will go. So we have our tote in place. We've got our garden desk cleaned off. Now let me explain to you what I plan on storing all the rest of my little trinkets and stuff in. It's gonna be this standing raised bed right here. If you guys don't know, this was my grandmother's and I absolutely love it and I want to keep it. And I feel like if I just store stuff in it, it can last a little bit longer instead of using it and, you know, putting all that water into it because it's already starting to kind of break down and I just want to keep it as long as I can. So I'm gonna empty this. We're gonna take the soil out of here. I know I just planted in here. I took a couple of my turnips out of here, so those are in a new container, a smaller container. I do still have some little seedlings popping up in here. I have some spinach popping up. So the spinach from the Dollar Tree did germinate. Everything germinated. The seeds are good seeds from the Dollar Tree. And we should have a harvest of turnips soon. I don't know if I'll keep the seeds from the spinach. It's getting a little hot and spinach does not like warm weather. So I don't know if I'll keep those, but we're gonna empty this, not today, but I'm gonna empty this and that's where I'm gonna store like extra pots and utensils and maybe some seed trays and stuff, just store it in here and it'll be back here in this corner. So that is my plan to maximize my patio space a bit better than what it was. And my goal is to just have a more functional space in the garden because it can get very out of control. And I just want to have more functionality out here. So that is my plan. I do want to make this space a little bit cuter, so I'll add a few little touches, not many because I don't want it to get cluttered, but just to make it look a little bit cuter, I'll add a few things in another video. But yeah. All right, Royals, so I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hey, Royals, thank you so much for sticking around till the end of this video. If you're enjoying my gardening journey and you would like to bring some of the things that I grow in my own garden into your garden, please check out my website, tonitrasgarden.com. I've put together some of my favorite seeds and easy to follow planting layouts to help you get started. It's a great way to support the channel while growing something beautiful in your own garden. So take a look. I'd love to hear what you plant, and check this video out next. I think you'll really enjoy it. All right, I'll see you there. Bye, Royals.